Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Racha Kodash. Double honors being to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who were well and taught us this 100% truth. Much peace and blessings be unto you, hopeful. Let out the push not this word of thought, truth, and sincerity. To all you Akim, I do say Shalom. I'm the Akra. I'm coming in with a quick hit. Going into an article I already condensed and gave its own subheading. So it reads, Putin's New Year's speech, unity and tribute to soldiers. And for the overview, it does make the mention, marking 25 years in power, President Vladimir Putin's New Year's speech addresses highlighted pride in Russia's achievements, unity and resilience. He honored soldiers in Ukraine, declaring 2025 the year of the defender of the fatherland, which we know in our case, the apostles, coined 2025 the hopeful year of deliverance and the destruction of Esau, right? But in Esau's case, or more so in Russia to be exact, it was entitled the year of the defender of the fatherland, to honor the Russian soldiers that died in that, Ukraine-Russian battle, or Russian-Ukraine war, which has been going on for like 3 years already. And to be exact, it's been going on since like 2014. So, for over 10 years now. When Russia started, annexing the Donbas region in Ukraine, eastern Ukraine, right? So, and that even goes to show you how we're at the end of this thing, man. People, get so stubborn and butthurt when we go into prophecy, but, the truth is in the pudding, right? You're at the end of this thing, going back to what Yahweh Shai made the mention in Matthew 24th chapter, going to how you shall hear wars and rumors of wars, right? This is, ongoing war, and there are other multiple wars at various fronts, and ultimately it will go into World War III, which is also written in the scriptures, right? That third woe, because woe means death and destruction, right, and anguish. But it goes on to say, despite economic challenges and ongoing conflict, the economic challenges, man, Putin expressed confidence in Russia's future, which that confidence, man, is really deceit. It's lacking for that background, sometimes you can hear it, but that confidence is really deceit, and that's what Esau embodies, deceit. Because going back to Psalms the 5th chapter, verse 6, it makes mention how thou shalt destroy them that speak leasing, right? The Lord will abhor the bloody and deceitful man, and that Lord is in all caps referring to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Hey, because your destruction is imminent, Esau, Edom, right? Your destruction is imminent. You are a bloody and deceitful man. You embody those traits. All he did is kill and destroy. Hey, going back to what it said in Revelation, I forget what chapter it was or what verse, but it made the mention now. To destroy them that destroy the earth, and Esau destroys the earth. And going back to Revelation, the 6th chapter, that red horse, had power in his hand, a sword, take peace from the earth. That's going to Esau, Edom, because he's a red man. Going back to Genesis 25th chapter, verse 25, he came out red, all over like a hairy garment. I always bring that out. Esau's all about that, man. All about that lifestyle. Thou shalt destroy them, man. Right? Go back to Isaiah 34th chapter. My sword shall be bathed in heaven, and shall be upon Idumea, roughly paraphrase, which Idumea are going to America. But Idumea is a Greek variant to the name Edom, right? Edom and Idumea, an eloquent way of saying Edom, right? Because a lot of you Edomite civilizations are going to collapse, man. But I digress. Going back to the overview, it said despite economic challenges. And what challenges, man? One thing to know about is that at the start of this year, what came in effect was, Russian gas was halted. So Russian gas exportation was halted throughout Europe, man. Right? Specifically East Europe, which even affects Russia itself. So here's one article, and going into that, it reads, Russia halts gas exports to Europe via Ukraine, which really it was Ukraine that seized that, transportation. It was really Ukraine. But the reason to say, in a significant move, Russia has announced it will stop natural gas exports to Europe via Ukraine by 2025, amid ongoing geopolitical tensions. This decision, which affects a major portion of Europe's gas imports, could lead to higher energy prices and force Europe to explore alternative energy sources or routes, such as increased LNG imports or renewable energy. Ukraine, which has historically played a crucial role in gas transit, may face economic repercussions due to the loss of transit fees. Because with the Russian gas, it literally flowed through Ukraine and onto the other countries. It goes on to say, this shift highlights Russia's energy strategy and its broader impact on international relations and European energy security. Another article, Moldova faces energy crisis amid Russian gas. And you look at the geography, what's it called? Russia, then west of it is Ukraine, and west of it is Moldova, right? Moldova is right in between Romania and Ukraine. But it was going to say Russia's New Year gas cut off via Ukraine has plunged Moldova, a country, into an energy crisis, with Transnistria facing severe heating shortages. Moldova's main power plant is running on coal, prompting costly electricity imports. The crisis fuels political tensions as Russia is accused of leveraging the situation to destabilize Moldova and challenges EU aspirations. Right? And even though this affects, this is referring to other countries being affected, it also affects Russia in the case that it loses money for, a lack of exportation, right? Pursuing other articles, yes, the cessation of Russian natural gas transit through Ukraine has significant implications for the Russian economy. Gazprom, real estate-controlled gas company, stands to lose approximately $5 billion. Slovakia. All right, but it goes on to say, gas company stands to lose approximately $5 billion in gas sales due to this disruption. Right? This development further diminishes Russia's role in Europe's energy market, which has been declining in recent years. Europe's energy market declining in recent years. Russian gas now accounts for less than 10% of Europe's total gas imports, a substantial decrease from previous years. But going back to what Putin said. Actually, I'm gonna go back to the speech. I took pictures of what he said. He said, "We have set ambitious goals and achieved them, overcoming challenges because we stay together. This is how our unity, our belief in ourselves, and in our strength and our abilities have grown. Yes, there is still much to accomplish, but we can rightly take pride in what has already been achieved. This is our shared legacy, a solid foundation for further development. Our country, independent, free, and strong, has risen to meet the most difficult challenges. And now, on the threshold of the new year, we look to the future." All right, so again, he was going into confidence for the future. But what's it called? That confidence it's deceit, because you look at another article entitled "Russia's Economic Gamble: The Hidden Costs of War-Driven Growth." And it goes into how key indicators like GDP, household income, and unemployment are used by Putin to show resilience against sanctions. But, that's really deceptive and unsustainable. Because, the growth has been slowing down. Fiscal sustainability issues with risks of a crisis by 2026 and 2027, which we know they have no 2026 or 2027. By then we'll have the kingdom. But they even see us, it'll come crashing down soon, their economy. What's it called? A lot of these countries are going down. But he made the mention pride, taking pride. I go back to one of his words. Yes, there's still much to accomplish, but we can really take pride in what has already been achieved. Which we know will probably go up before a fall, as it's written in the book of Proverbs, the 16th chapter. Right? I'll pull that out. Right, probably go up before destruction, right? Destruction, and then Holy Spirit before a fall. So Esau is literally the embodiment of pride right now. Going back to Obadiah, the first chapter, verse 3 to 4, goes into how his pride deceived him, right? With Esau thinking that he could do whatever he wants, right? That he'll continue on forever, which he can't, right? Obadiah, the first chapter, verse 3, the pride of thy heart deceived thee. Right, thou dwellest in the cleft of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground. Thought thou exalt thyself as the eagle. That's the thing that's among the stars, which is going. Russia's will be. Russia's known by a double-bald eagle, right? And it's also had aircrafts in space, man. What's it called? And Sputnik. One of those satellites up there in the atmosphere, Sputnik. That's also what they name one of their article journal companies, right? So it goes on to say, "Tuta sit in some of the stars, thence will I bring thee down," saith the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. So, that destruction is imminent, and it's gonna happen very soon, by this year now, right? The collapse. So there ain't no future. You could keep on talking about pride. Ain't no future, man. For America, for Russia, none of these other countries, man. Right? Because when Yahweh Shai gets here, he's coming here to, take your crowns, man. Pull it out. Book of Shai, with me. Alright, Revelation 19th chapter, verse 12 is actually verse 11. And I saw heaven opened, and behold, a white horse going into that chariot, man. And anytime I know little white horse, because a horse has no spiritual power, right? A horse is just a horse. It's not a fowl. It's already been designated to be a creature to run on the ground, not fly in the air. So it's talking about a chariot. You can receive it. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. Right? He is coming down here during that World War III when the missiles pop off, man. Right? Because going back to Isaiah 13th chapter and 2nd Isaiah 13th chapter, they go, you can see how they connect. Once that multitude of people fighting each other, then they go starting attacking the chariots, which they're going to fail. But I digress. It goes on to say, and he said upon him was called Faithful and True, friend Yahweh Shai. In righteousness he doth judge and make war. His eyes was a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. Right? And he had a name written that no man knew but himself, and he was called with the vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of God. Right? It was called, because going back to John 1:1, Yahweh Shai is also known as the Word. How was it called? He came in the volume of the book. There is another precept in Psalms of 45th chapter, if I can remember correctly, going into that. But, kind of Psalms the 45th chapter, verse 4, in thy majesty, right, prosperously, because of truth and make this in righteousness, and thy right hand shall teach thee terrible things. Thine arrows are sharp in the heart of the king's enemies, whereby the people fall under thee. Right, thy throne, O power, is forever and ever. The scepter of thy kingdom is the right scepter. Thy love is righteousness and his wickedness. Therefore, how with thy power hath anointed thee with the oil of gladness above thy fellows. Right? So Yahweh Shai is coming here to, restore the world in righteousness, according to as it was written in the book of 1 Peter, the 1st chapter. Because what's it called with the heathen rulership, right? First and foremost, Esau, Edom, who is a border of wickedness, and as is written in Proverbs 29th chapter, verse 16, if I'm correct, when the wicked in authority, when the wicked beareth rule, transgression increaseth, or when the wicked multiply, the transgression increases. Salakia. This whole earth is covered in iniquity, man, and wickedness. But what's it called? We, look for a world in righteousness, man. And going back to, I forget what precept it was in Sirach. It wasn't how, as a whore envieth, a righteous woman, so does righteousness, hate wickedness, to roughly paraphrase. So there's no, they can't go hand in hand. It's either one or the other. So Yahweh Shai, being about righteousness, is going to restore the world in righteousness, dethroning all that wickedness. This is the book of 1 Peter, the book of 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, verse 11, if I'm mistaken. Saying then that all these things shall be dissolved, when men and persons ought to be in all holiness and all conversation and godliness, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of power, when the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the men shall melt with the fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness, which that was in a refreshing that word new. Right? Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. Right? So, you can talk about, a future of Russia and a future for America and whatnot. It ain't gonna goddamn happen, man. That was Xi Jinping talking about China's 2024 GDP growth target at 5%. article goes on. The President Xi Jinping has announced the GDP growth target around 5% for China in 2024, emphasizing economic stability and progress. And they've been, boasting about their achievements for the past several years, man. Right? You have other people talking about China as next, because it's the second global power in the world underneath America. Because even though America's, collapsing, it's still number one, though. But they're talking about they got next. Oh, man, America, it's like Yashar Allah has next, man. Right? Yashar Allah has next. And that goes into, reminds me of Psalms. The 2nd chapter, verse 1. Why did the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? Yeah, it's a vain thing, man. Which you guys, plotting, talking about, rulership. You guys have no rulership, man. You can come out to Isaiah the 2nd chapter. It goes into how you shall be under us, man. Verse 2, the kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord, and anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. But he that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, the Lord shall have them in derision. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath and vex them in sore displeasure. Yet have I set my king upon my hill, holy hill Zion. Right? And you can read the whole chapter. Having dominance, man. Right, but actually, I'm just gonna continue on. It says, I will declare the decree the Lord hath said unto me, thou art my son, this day I will beguileth thee, ask of me. For some sake, this is also mentioned in Hebrews, the 1st chapter, correct me if I'm wrong, but it goes on to say, and ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance. Yeah, going into what's it called, servitude. The heathen will, be servants to the nation of Israel. And starting off with Yahweh Shai, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession, man. So thou shalt break them with the rod of iron, thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Now I'm going to go into the 2nd chapter. I was bringing it out. If I'm mistaken, it's also quoted in Micah the 7th chapter. And for the sake of this lesson, I'm just going to pause at the 2nd chapter. And it goes on to say, many people shall go and say, come in, let us go to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of power Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord, from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among the nations, right? Who's he? Not no fucking Edomite. He's talking about the nation of Israel, man. All right, because that's the house of the Lord, man. The mount of that's the house. That's the mount of the Lord right there. Mount referring to government. 144,000 servants of prophets, man. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares. Yeah, you people referring to the heathen, you're gonna beat your swords into plowshares, man. Now we're gonna have scepters and swords will freaking behead you, transgressors. But you heathen nations will have none of that. You guys will only have plowshares and pruning hooks. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their speech into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation. Neither shall they won't war anymore, because there's gonna be no point in that anyways. And not only will we strip the knowledge from you, so you won't rebel, but there will be no purpose for you to have your own militaries, right? Because you all be under us, man. That means you won't have no economy to protect yourself from, or so like you protect at all from others. Because what's it called? You'll be the lowest of low regardless. Hey, going back to how it was written, you shall be in our stead, man. Right, the righteous are delivered, and the wicked go into his stead. So it's a transfer of positions. But with that being said, this was edifying. The next one I do say shalom.